I have places that I could connect back into, but it would have to feel right, and it doesn't yet. So
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
that's something I think you've said a few times about sort of, and it makes sense because we are talking about sort of connecting with the world and connecting with your deeper self, sort of, if we can say that. And yeah, yeah, it seems like you're talking about intuition or something, and it has to feel right. You have to make effort. It's not going to just happen on its own, but at the same time, you have to kind of go slow and be open to messages or yeah, information that you're getting too from however you want to say it ontologically from the world, from your unconscious or whatever. So
yeah,
yeah, that makes a
yeah,
lot of sense.
yeah. Because like again, you don't want to. If there is a calling there, you don't want to shut it down,
Yeah.
and you don't want to go so fast that you hurt yourself. You want to be respectful of the fact that you really don't know what you're doing, and even if you were in a big tradition, you still wouldn't quite know what you were doing. You would still have to feel your way through it. You would just have people who would be able to um, probably direct you on your way a little more quickly because there some mistakes they would be familiar with, and they would be able to say, "Hey, I think you should probably look at it this way," and be like, "Oh, wow, I didn't think of that." They can kind of align you a little more correctly.
Yeah, and that seems like yeah, such a strength of yeah, having good community, good leaders or guides and everything.
Yeah, but we don't have a lot of that, so sometimes we got to make do with what we can and hope that our efforts will generate something. If we start walking towards that hopeful future, maybe it will start walking towards us too.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I like that. And
yeah.
that's sort of what I'm, and Vervaeke talks about how like for X, for anything, any variable, that's important in life. You want to have somewhere ostensibly in your society where you can go for that. But where do we go for wisdom? We don't really have, I mean, we have universities for knowledge, but yeah, where do we go for wisdom? Where people don't generally, necessarily go to the church or to the monastery, or like have a particular teacher or something like that. So I'm hoping, yeah, that's kind of what I'm interested in with this podcast and this sort of uh, just whatever this podcast and whatever my life is trying to be, not to sound too sort of, you know, loosey goosey or something, but like, yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for with the Ben Omtad, the open-minded thought and discussion. I do think in yeah, deep discourse or dialogos or whatever, Vervaeke uses that term. Um, we start to sort of produce or to become in connection with something deeper, and there's starts to become guidance, hopefully community, wisdom, and all that stuff to help us to know deeply, to feel through life, and to gain some ultimately some equanimity, and start to bring more of the good, the true, and the beautiful into not your life specifically, but yeah, life. So
Mhm. Like as a channel,
yeah,
as a, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.